Hey gang, before we get into the video proper, I just wanted to personally say and dedicate this episode of Aonr Draws to Akira Toriyama, the late Dragon Ball creator who had passed away. At the time of me recording this video, it's only been about 2 weeks, but by the time you guys see this video, it'll have been longer. But just wanted to put that out there. As we'll get into in the video, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z was a huge influence for me as far as, just being a bit of nostalgia from my late teen years. But we'll get into that in the video. Again, Akira Toriyama, rest in peace. Very grateful for your work. Thank you. Hey gang, it's your friendly neighborhood Robo-Riv, back with another Aonr Draws, and in this episode, we're doing Dragon Ball, but with a twist. It's not Dragon Ball Z, it's not Dragon Ball GT, not even Dragon Ball Kai. What this is what I like to call Dragon Ball Soul. So Dragon Ball Soul came out of me reading a really ignorant comment on a cosplayer's, I think it was a Facebook or Instagram post, and I'm one of those people that I'll go through and read the whole comment thread if I don't have anything better to do at the time, which that hasn't happened in a while. I don't have the time for it. Like I'm trying to take this YouTube thing and my art a little bit more seriously, so I'm trying to cut out the times that I'll allow myself to go down those rabbit holes. But anyhow, I went down this rabbit hole. I'm reading this, and the cosplay was really cool. I wish I could remember who it was or dig it up for you guys, but it was a really cool young man dressed up like Trunks, a young black man dressed up like Trunks. And it didn't surprise me that there was going to be someone all up in arms about this guy just living his best life and doing a cool Trunks cosplay. That doesn't surprise me at all, but it still pisses you off a little bit. Just people, they none of these characters, none of these things are real. It's just like when they race change somebody in a comic book movie. Unless it's integral to the story, I could care less. I just want the characters to act and be representative of that character that it derives from. In the heart of the character, and that's the heart of the character is not the gender or the skin color. Anyhow. With that, I kind of started daydreaming and did like a couple different character, just kind of front and back views, almost kind of concept design-ish sketches of my Black Dragon Ball. And it was fun to do for me, being a fan of Dragon Ball Z. I can't tell you like how many times I just ran home from school to make sure I got home and checked out Toonami and was able to catch Dragon Ball Z, which I've got a weird kind of relationship with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, because I had seen some clips of Dragon Ball Z on a Spanish network way before I seen it on Toonami, but it was all dubbed in Spanish, and so couldn't understand it. But I just remember the character designs looking really cool with these big, huge, muscular dudes with spiky hair, and I like drawing if you haven't been able to tell yet, I like drawing kind of big, muscular guys sometimes. It's a lot of fun to draw. And so that caught my attention pretty quickly. But it wasn't super easy accessible at the time that I saw that. But then when I was in, I want to say when I was probably in middle school, like freshman year in middle school, I think, if my memory serves me correct, that's when I started actually seeing episodes of Dragon Ball Z for the first time. And then afterwards I saw Dragon Ball. But going through that phase, that was big. That was almost as big as my Ninja. Well, it was probably bigger than it lasted longer than my Ninja Turtles phase for a while. You know, my attitude now is I got enough. I try to make enough time for all of it, but I've got enough love for all of it. Like I think when you're younger, you have a tendency to kind of move on to the next hottest, best thing. And once the turtles stop being cool, you kind of stop paying attention to that. And once, you know, whatever. And that kind of happened with Dragon Ball too. Like I was really into it until I wasn't. And now I still haven't watched all of the episodes ever of all of the series of Dragon Ball, because frankly, like I'm also the kind of person, if I get to a point where I'm no longer enjoying the episodes, or, you know, it's kind of like I tend to fall off of things and find a new interest. But not anymore in the way of when you're younger and it's like, okay, that's not cool anymore. Now it's more just, I feel like I've gotten what I need from this. Let me see what else is around. Or I just don't have time for it. I think it's probably more of that. It's probably more of that. Once bills are in the equation and actual stakes are involved, your time management skills go in other directions. But anyhow, well, like producing this artwork, man, I'm starting to go down a Dragon Ball nostalgia and forgetting I'm here showing you guys how I made this piece. And if you've watched some of my other digital painting videos, you can kind of assess how I've done it. Just again, all the line work with the flat brush, and I'm just painting over it as well with the flat brush on this one. I think I used the airbrush a few moments too. All that information will be up on the screen. But this was cool because I was drawing this in tandem with the concept designs that I was coming up with, because I had realized that, and I'm glad I stopped myself, because I would probably just have devoted too much time to, you know, someone else's IP, which I'm trying to really do a little bit less of now, and put all that design work into some of the characters that I'm working on, that I'm creating. You've seen a few of them in the prior episodes, or at least kind of templates for them. And I'm putting more effort into creating my own universe, my own world. But with these guys, these guys were fun because I got to take something that I was familiar with, i.e. the cast of Dragon Ball, and do my own spin on it. And with Dragon Ball Soul, if you get really close to the Capsule Corp logo, I think you'll see, at least once it gets a little bit towards the end of this painting, I turned it to Cap Soul with Soul, you know, get it, Dragon Soul. It's the Cap Soul Corp in this world, and there's just a little bit more flavor, like to some of their gear, mostly being the boots and the undershirt that who I've affectionately called Broku, that he has on, and trying to think of a way to kind of do his hairstyle where it still sort of had that Goku shape of pointy hair, but make it more look a little bit more like dreads, uneven dreads. I couldn't get that image out of my head, so I wanted to do couple character sketches of that and do this digital painting of it, which I ended up making a copy of it for myself in these on a canvas print, and I really like it. Looks really cool. Might have to pop that on screen here for you real quick. But anyhow, with Dragon Ball Soul, as I've called it, I drew my version of Goku, my version of Vegeta, Bulma, and I think I stopped there. I did want to do a Trunks and a Chi-Chi and like just kind of keep going with it, and Krillin and all those, but again, like I don't think anyone was really clamoring for that but me, and well, it's a lot of fun. Like I'd rather put some of that energy towards creating some of my own characters right now. Not to say that I won't ever redraw these guys. Matter of fact, I've got I think I still have the recording of my Vegeta, which is my black Vegeta, my Vegeta poster, where it's also sort of a tribute to Public Enemy and their album Fear of a Black Planet. If you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know. Sound off in the comments or give this video a thumbs up or something to let me know that you guys dig this content, and I will provide more of it. And because I have some more of it, I've got a couple of videos in the archives, show you a little bit of the behind the scenes of it all. This Broku video was actually going to be one of the earlier videos that I was going to post up, but I kind of been delaying it. This painting itself was painted in 2022, so it's not a new painting. And again, if you've heard me say it once, you'll hear me say it again. While I like this painting a lot, and I I'm not ashamed of it at all. I do recognize there is definitely some things that I feel like I've gotten tighter with, I've gotten better with since I've painted this, even just certain choices I made then, I know I would probably make different choices now. And again, that's not really a slap on the artwork. That's more of just a testament to growth. Anytime you might be feeling yourself a little bit too much and you think you've got it all figured out, there's always another perspective that you can see things and just another lens that you will naturally see your own work through, just because you've gotten that much better, and it should be that way. Anytime that's stagnant, maybe there's maybe you need to either be a little bit of a harsher critic on yourself, or maybe you need to just try something different, try a different skill, try painting something in a different way, try sketching it in a different way that maybe hadn't occurred to you before. And that's a big area that I'm at right now as I record this video. There's a lot of things that I'm seeing with my artwork where it's like, yeah, it looks okay, but I could fine tune that a little bit more. I can learn, I can research, I can do this and do that. And that I feel like if you're passionate, if you're hungry about what you're doing, you're going to always stay hungry, and you're always going to want to strive to work on it a little bit longer, or maybe if not longer, just, okay, what are some things that maybe I could read that'll help me? What are some things? A lot of art I find is just about paying attention, something I'm not very good at. But you can still be good at your artwork if you just take a moment to, in your daily life, just stop and observe. It's more about what you see than what you physically can do with your hands. If that makes any sense. I've sounded a little Yoda-ish right there. I was not on purpose, but it really is like that. If you can sit down and notice, like, okay, well, when my friend wears this jean jacket, maybe it shimmers a certain way or it looks a certain way. Maybe I could take a mental note of that, or I could take a picture of that, or something I could study. So when I've got to draw that thing, maybe that's something I can kind of include into my piece to make it more relatable. But as we talk about relatability, and as this video wraps up, I will say I love the idea of being able to paint this painting of my Broku and have it be like a mashup of something I knew, something I grew up with, and also something that, a lot of people that see this piece, they say that they see me in it. So I like that I can see myself in a way represented in the Dragon Ball world, because I can't think of very many black characters at all in Dragon Ball, and that's not a slight to the creator. I think you should write what you know, but it's just an observation. And again, a good part of art is observing things. So I'll leave you with that. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Aonr Draws. I had a lot of fun putting it together for you, and I had a lot of fun painting this piece. Like I said, I think it's an older one from me, but it's one that I still appreciate. I still like. And again, there may be some more Broku and the rest of his gang, maybe even some of the ones that I mentioned that I didn't get around to drawing. You guys just gotta let me know what you want to see. So you can sound off in the comments below. You can give this video a like. It really does help with engagement and getting it to other people's eyeballs. And if you want to go one step above and beyond, subscribe and make sure that bell notification is turned on, so that way when another video or one of these other characters pops up, you'll know about it. Thank you guys for watching so much. I'm gonna love you and leave you. Peace out. Peace. You choose. I draw. If you know anything about me, I get a kick out of posing my figures and taking what I think are pretty neat snapshots of them. Sometimes they even inspire some of my artwork. That's why I'm doing a little poll to see which one of my photos should I redraw, remix, reimagine as a pinup. So for this one, your choices are Katana facing off against Noob Saibot, Thor versus Loki, Elektra, and Bane versus Venom. Voting ends Saturday, April 20th, so make sure you get your votes in on this video, in the comment section of this video, or whatever video you see for You Choose I Draw poll number 5. I'll tally all the votes up that Saturday and announce the winner, and that winner will be a future episode of Aonr Draws.